Kids and family show, pal. By the way, how did you get in here anyway? You're supposed to be banned from the property.
What do you mean? I just hopped the fence.
Security at its finest, folks. Just hop the fence. All right, so seriously, you're supposed to be suspended. What are you doing here?
No, really, I'm inspecting the airplanes before the pilots take off.
Whoa, you're inspecting the aircraft.
Yes, what do you mean?
What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, just making sure there's no last-minute duct tape. I mean, these planes look like they're made out of junk anyway.
They are not junk. They are vintage pieces of art. Yes, they are wrapped in high durability tape, but no, a lot of pride, a lot of effort goes into maintaining these aircraft, and I really don't think that the pilots appreciate the fact that you're touching their property. Well, while we let Safety Inspector Barron go about his business and probably get in trouble, can we keep an eye out on that 450? You can hear it in the sky. Can you all point, see where you might be able to see that 450, that beautiful silver bird up in the sky? Yep, there it is. They climbed to an altitude of over 1,500 feet. They're also looking down here at the ground, making sure that the pilots are off the field because we need to clear ground for our jumper to come. And soon you'll be seeing our jump crew with the yellow flag over here. They're going to be making their way out onto the field. They're going to be setting up what looks like an X. It's called the signal panel. And that's going to be a reference guide for our jumper. And with all these winds whipping around and everything like that, he's got to have some sort of visual on the ground. Is there anything that you guys would like to add about the jumper? Highly sophisticated. Love to catch them when they're off guard. But that's pretty much it.
Okay, Recon ready. Chuck Tippett ready. Casey Campbell
Hey,
ready.
Mr. Pilot, are you really
Joe
going to fly this
Bender
thing?
ready. Keith Furman ready.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Get away from the plane.
These things are made out of junk.
They're not junk. Get away. You're
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, we get the clear prop signs.
Okay,
that means they're
here
going to start
we go.
their engines on up.
Keith Furman firing up a 220
220
horsepower Continental 7-cylinder engine built in Muskegon, Michigan.
Next, Joe
Same
Bender.
engine, Joe Bender.
What?
This one here
In
has
that
tape on
red
its tail.
Waco
It's supposed to be
UPS-7.
there.
No, hold on. I'll get it
And
off
now a
real quick.
300 horsepower Lycoming built in Lycoming County, Pennsylvania by Casey Campbell. Chuck Tippett flying in John King's number 8 Waco UPS-7. And Rick Hahn is going to give us some great aerobatics here in the number 123. Good deal. Good compression.
Casey Campbell, Chuck Tippett, Rick Hahn, Emma Barrett.
Casey's gonna be in trail.
Did you have a nice trip, Baron? We'll see you next fall. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Wave goodbye to the pods, everybody. You're going to see them perform for you this whole afternoon.
Listen to
Now
them
we've
as
got
they
a whole group of
taxi
steermen,
out.
and we've got one Weaver Aircraft Company aircraft. That is the number 8, the Waco. Now, yes, they look similar, but they're different in a little bit of difference. But both companies, Stearman and Waco, competed for the contract for the airplanes in World War II. It was more cost effective to go with the Stearman, so hence the Stearman were used during World War II, but the Waco was very important too. We used it for a lot of crop dust. Yes?
Mr. Announcer,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure there's 2 Wacos out here today. Number 8 and the red one.
The red one. You know what? That's the thing. I don't have my glasses on. I had thought it looked different, but thanks for being here. You know what? You're useful. I'm glad you're here sometimes. Yes. We've got 2 Wacos today. But yes, they were both used during the 40s and 50s. Started off as crop dusting. and then evolved into what we see as barnstorming and air shows that were done throughout the country. And that's what we're bringing you here today, folks. A little bit of barnstorming, a little air show here. We've got Stearmans, we've got Wacos, and what they're doing right now is they're taxiing to the end of the runway. They're going to do a quick little briefing. They're going to do a radio equipment check. So up in the tower, we've got Dave Weston, we've got Mark Lapusik. They're going to be our safety coordinators for the day. We've also got our emergency personnel down below, Dan and his team. And what they're going to do is they're going to do a radio check. They're going to check with the airports, make sure that everything's fine, everything's clear, there's no traffic up above us. They're also going to make sure that they have eyes in the sky, the 450. They're going to get the all clear. They're going to look at the wind direction. They're going to look at the wind speed, take all that in consideration. If their equipment happens to go down, they're also using hand signals too to communicate with each other. And they can't fly off one by one because you're going to have that prop wash, you're going to have that air drag. So you're going to see them taking off the same way that they're going to be flying in the sky, almost like in a triangle.
Don't worry, the
that way they're not whipping and washing everybody around.
Until we take
Anything you'd like to
off.
add to that, Baron?
Well, I do have a question. Why are some of the planes military painted and one of them
Okay,
red?
here we go. I'm
You know
gonna
what,
be
that is a
quiet,
good
make
question.
a video. Here we go.
Sometimes it comes down to pilot preference. But yes, there's also to honor that. Do you know any more about that? Because you know more about paint than I do.
Chuck Tippett, Joe
And his hands
Bender.
go up, and the planes go up as well. Wave goodbye to them, everybody. The two walkers taking off. Followed by the Stearman.
Rick Kahn, Keith Furman.
And out here in the middle of the field,
And
we've
Casey.
got our jump crew. The signal panel is set up. Keith Campbell taking off in a double seven. So they're going to do a few passes over the tree line, but they're also keeping an eye up in the sky for that 450 and our jumper, Jim Shorefighty. Now, once you get the all clear, you're probably going to